So today we're here with my friend Danielle from Inspirations Beauty Clinic. Danielle specializes in skincare. Hi, Danielle.
Hi.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for being here.
So today you're going to demonstrate for us microneedling.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about what microneedling is?
Yeah, so essentially it's a facial treatment that helps contribute to collagen production. It can help with fine lines, deeper wrinkles, pigmentation, texture in the skin, pore size, firm up the skin. It really helps with pretty much everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So who is a good candidate to have this done? Who can have this treatment done?
Essentially, anyone can get this done as long as they don't have really, really inflamed acne or really inflamed rosacea. We want to treat those things beforehand just so that we're not spreading bacteria, whether it's from the acne or causing more inflammation or trauma to the skin with rosacea. But essentially, anyone can have this done.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So, but if they have acne, they shouldn't have this done?
Yeah, it would be best to clear it up as much as possible just so that we're not spreading the bacteria, we're not causing more inflammation because it could potentially cause more damage. So it's best to clear that up first and then they can come in after and get the scarring from the acne treated.
Okay. Is this something that is uncomfortable? Does it hurt?
I do numb the skin, so that really helps with the treatment because it sits on your skin for about 20 to 30 minutes, so you really don't feel much. The most that you feel is mostly on your forehead and your jawline, and that's just because there's a lot more bone there versus your cheek, which has more tissue.
Oh, okay. That's amazing. Mm-hmm. So this treatment, is it only called microneedling or are there other names for it?
Yeah, so Kim Kardashian was kind of the one that blew up this facial a few years ago. She originally called it the vampire facial. The difference between that one and what we'll do today is they use the plasma. Instead today I'm using hyaluronic acid. So it's the exact same treatment, just using two different solutions, we'll say. But it's also called medical needling or it can be called collagen induction therapy. So it just really depends, but all the words are interchangeable.
Oh, okay. And how many treatments would you suggest for clients to have done? Do they do this in a series? Is this just they'll do one? How many would you recommend?
Yeah, so it really depends on their end goal or like what is going on in the skin initially. You can do 3 to 6 treatments if you have really deep scars or if you have a lot of deeper fine lines or deeper wrinkles. But you could just get one if you have no real main concern with your skin. You could get 1 or 2 a year just to boost your collagen because one microneedling treatment is actually producing collagen of what your skin would produce in 1 year. So even if you just get 1 or 2 a year, then you're getting that healthy boost, or you could get a series of 3 to 6.
Oh, that's amazing. And about how long would somebody need to set aside for a treatment like this? Could they do it on a lunch hour? Or would you recommend having the day off?
Yeah, so the treatment itself is about an hour because again, the 20 to 30 minutes is for the numbing cream, and then the remainder of the time is for the treatment. And then after the downtime, looks a little bit like 2 days. You might be a little bit pink or red. It depends on how sensitive your skin is. You could go back to work. I mean, you can, if you're not too embarrassed walking around with a red face, but the redness does last about 2 days. And then typically at the 3 to 5 day mark, your skin will start to be dry. So it just really depends on how comfortable you are going out in public.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So is there anyone that you wouldn't recommend to have something like this done?
Yeah, so again, someone has really inflamed acne, we'd want to treat the acne prior. Same with rosacea. After the fact that the rosacea is a little bit more tamed, we can absolutely do it over those skin types, or if someone's pregnant currently at that moment of them getting the treatment.
Okay, amazing. Well, that sounds incredible. And I understand you're going to do a demonstration today.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
So let's see what you're going to do.
Cool, awesome.
Danielle, can you explain to us right now what exactly you're doing here?
Yeah, so we started with the needling, and we're going over the forehead. That's usually the first area that I start with, just because it's one of the most sensitive areas. Mm-hmm. You want to go in 3 directions. So you always go vertically, horizontally, and then you go in little circular rotations like this. And then once I'm done the full face, I'll go over certain areas, which is called stamping. And it's just mainly over if there's more of a concern, whether it's pigmentation, a fine line, a scar. But you first start by going over the full face to treat it, and then you kind of continue from there.
So it looks like a really nice, gentle massage, but viewers are going to see a little bit of blood, and I think that's probably what's going to be concerning. But your client almost seems like she's asleep. So is this something that is a comfortable treatment to have done? It kind of looks comfortable.
Yeah, it's truly like depending on pain tolerance. But here, like a lot of the time, people are more scared to get this done. And by the time they're getting it done, they're like, "Oh my goodness, that wasn't bad at all." And a lot of people do say, "I feel like I could fall asleep, but this is kind of weirdly relaxing," or "I weirdly like this." They'll say. So yeah, it's truly not as scary as it sounds, especially with the pen. The pen makes a little bit more noise, which is intimidating, but really you don't feel much.
Probably once you get past that sound,
Yeah,
you just get to relax and enjoy a wonderful facial.
Yeah.
And what kind of results is your client going to have after having this done?
So the first thing that she'll notice is the tightness in her skin. So the fine lines, the wrinkles will be more plumped up. It will just look more healthy, glowy. She'll be really hydrated and dewy. And then after that, she'll notice more results in the actual pigmentation itself, or the wrinkles themselves, pore size. Everything kind of continues as the 2-week healing process happens. But the first thing she'll notice is the tightness and the glow.
I feel like her forehead already looks like it's glowing.
Yeah, especially with the hyaluronic acid. The hyaluronic acid really helps to boost and hydrate and plump up the skin.
So is that what you're putting on her now?
Yeah, and that's the only thing used in this treatment. And then the only thing that you use after the treatment for the 2-day period.
As far as products?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
you don't want to do anything else. You just want to pump up the skin, have the healing. The nose, you'll see she'll probably squint a little bit more, or she might sneeze. That's just because you're going over the sinus area and it's kind of ticklish. This part doesn't hurt. It's just a really weird sensation.
So for people who don't know, what is hyaluronic acid?
Hyaluronic acid is a serum, so we actually naturally produce hyaluronic acid in our skin. It's what makes babies' cheeks so plump, and we squeeze them and we love that little tissue feel. So that's what hyaluronic acid is. Just as we age, it depletes in our skin, so it doesn't give us that bounce back, it doesn't give us the hydration. So having a serum to kind of provide that is helpful.
Yeah, that's amazing. And then do you do this, is this considered like a normal facial where you would need to have extractions done, or a mask? What exactly happens after you've done this, the actual microneedling service?
So once I'm done, I only put hyaluronic acid on the skin. You could put a few like recovery balms, which are things that are more like home care, or like something what's called the copper firming mist, which you'll see me spray on her face after the fact. But you could get like an LED treatment after to help with the redness. So we would do like green LED, which is essentially light therapy. And that's just going to help the healing progress, the redness. So if you do have an event or something on the weekend, or whatever you're doing that you don't want the redness to last as long, there's something that you can do to help that as well.
Oh, that's amazing. I feel like this might be a really popular service for brides coming up to their wedding,
Yes.
or special occasions.
It's huge for brides, especially because it helps with texture, and there's so many things. I've done it on brides' backs before if they had a low cut back dress. Like it's,
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So if people struggle with like acne on their back, they can have this
Absolutely.
done there?
Absolutely.
That's amazing. That's really great to know. And what about doing this with another service like Botox or injectables, fillers, things like that? Would you recommend that, or would you not recommend that?
Yeah, absolutely. As long as there's at least, I would say, a week to 2 weeks before or after you get the treatment. So after your Botox and after the filler, just so we're not moving it around, we're not displacing it, we're not agitating it. But absolutely you can get them, if you do get fillers or Botox, absolutely. It will actually help prolong the Botox as well, just because of the collagen boost that you're giving to your skin naturally. It's going to be making you use your muscles less, which then will allow your Botox to last a little bit longer.
Oh, that's great. So what would you say an average age range to have this service done would be?
You know, I haven't actually had them. I've done as young as 14 with parents' consent, up to, I think, my oldest clients in their late 70s. So it's truly dependent on the client and their skin and their main concern and what they like treated.
So really anybody can have this done?
Yeah, anyone can have this done.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So what other services do you offer here?
So I do skincare. So there's a custom facial, which is something that's literally a customized treatment. So the day of your appointment, you arrive and we do whatever your skin is calling for that day, whether it's hydration, eliminating redness, treating acne, whatever it is. We kind of create a custom cocktail for your skin and we talk about treatment plans. I also do microdermabrasion, again, LED, which is a light therapy, dermaplaning, high frequency, radio frequency, ultrasound. There's many, many things that we can add to facials.
We could spend a week here just doing facials for a week.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's great. And is there anything you recommend as far as aftercare for clients?
Yes, the biggest thing is you really want to make sure that you're not touching your face. You're changing your pillowcases, cleaning your makeup brushes. You don't want any bacteria to sit on the skin because we're causing little microtraumas in the skin, which is those little dots that you see. And you really want to make sure that bacteria doesn't get in those areas. As for product, you really want to just keep it really simple. Hyaluronic acid is the only thing that you want to use for the first 2 days, unless you do have the home care, like I was explaining, that the mist and the other moisturizer. But other than that, you don't want to cleanse. Absolutely no makeup. Really, really, really be diligent in avoiding the sun because your skin is going to be very sensitive to that. So really make sure that you're avoiding the sun for at least 2 weeks pre and post microneedling.
Oh, great. So would you say this summer maybe it might be maybe not the best time to have this done, or is there a better time to have this done?
Yeah, I typically finish treatments by the end of May with the clients if I can. Just to be on the safe side, if someone's going to be very, very diligent or they don't really go outside or they work a lot in the summer indoors, then we can make sure that their plan is a safe plan for healing purposes. But just because, summer is the few summer months that we have that we want to enjoy the sun, cottages, things like that. So usually I say after May, we don't do it until September.
But still, be diligent, wear your sunscreen.
Absolutely, yes. Especially because if you wanted your treatment in September, you come in and there's obvious tan or there's obvious pigmentation damage from the summer, we will have to wait a little bit so that we're not agitating or making it worse.
Well, thank you so much today for having us, Danielle. It was such a pleasure to be here. So how can people go about booking with you?
Yeah, so if you go to my website, inspirationsbeautyclinic.com, I do have online booking there. There's also a way to contact me through that as well with my email set up. So if you have any further questions or something that's not working online or anything like that, you can contact me beforehand. I also have an Instagram, Inspirations Beauty Clinic as well, and all my information is there too.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much.